Okay, so let's talk about a famous caper movie called Ocean 11, part of a series, and the structure of the caper. And this is from the Dinglehopper WordPress.com, an article by Erin, a professor. And Erin says, I adore Ocean 11. I teach it as the opening every semester of my film analyst class. And I love pointing out Soderbergh's design to the students and watching their eyes get wide as they realize there's another way to look at movies other than passively. But ultimately, I use it to exemplify a film that is plot-focused and a caper, also known as a heist film. Is a great way to do that because they're all about what happens next. And all of the characters are more or less just meant to have specialized skills and look cool. So I'm going to take a couple of posts to discuss how Ocean's 11 fits the caper tropes as laid out by tvtropes.com. Told from the criminal viewpoint, a group plans and executes an elaborate robbery. Normally, a film with thieves and liars in it puts them in the villain category. But from the very beginning, the audience of Ocean's 11 is rooting for Danny Ocean, George Clooney, and his crew. Ocean is immediately cool and charismatic in the opening scene, where the viewer inhibits the point of view of his parole board, and yet the last thing we want is for Ocean to stay on the straight and narrow when he's set free from prison. The parole board leader asks her final question of the scene. Quote, Mr. Ocean, what do you think you would do if released? The little crinkle in Clooney's eyes tell us all what we need to know. He has a job planned, namely, rob 3 casinos in Las Vegas that have a shared vault. These 3 casinos have security systems upon security systems, and robbing even a single casino has never been done before. Ocean is going to need a large and heavily skilled crew to pull this con. Even then, they're all likely to end up in jail or dead at the hand of the casino's owner, Terry Benedict. The criminals are usually more rounded than the opposition, or at least more colorful. Benedict, played by Andy Garcia, as the antagonist of Ocean's 11, is a drab, passionless man. He is pictured here looking at art. He is an efficient, ruthless businessman. He is firmly in control of what happens in his casino, but man alive is he dull. When Tess, played by Julia Roberts, asks him what he thinks of the new Picasso she has procured for his collection, he responds, I like it because you like it. Dude, get a personality. He never does. We want Tess to drop him like an over-microwaved Hot Pocket. On the other hand, though, none of the characters are exactly round. Each of the Ocean crew have a quirky trait to set them apart. Some are ruthlessly funny, like Frank and the twins. Others have funny accents, like Yen and Basher. They all have some distinguishing eccentricity. Rusty is eating in every scene. Usually contains at least one A-team montage or Avengers Assemble sequence. In the case of Ocean 11, we have the Avengers Assemble trope. It plays as a montage kicked off by the money of the crew. Ruben saying, quote, "You're going to need a crew as crazy as you are. Who you got in mind?" Then we go member by member, giving us a short intro to the characters' quirk and skills in seeing them pulled into the job. This ends with the whole team together at an informational meeting where Linus, Matt Damon, the only one on the fence, must decide to commit before getting the lowdown on the plan. Then, of course, we get a second montage telling us the plan. May be played seriously or as a comedy. In the former, there is generally a fallout among thieves after the heist, while the latter may end up on a note of poetic justice. Ocean's 11 is cool, effectively comedy. The laughs range from witty banter between Danny and Rusty, or Danny and Tess, to slapstick between the twins. And we do end with poetic justice. Although Benedict is a seemingly up-and-up businessman, Danny wins back Tess by proving to her that Benedict is just as much of a thief as he is and more of a liar. Through the con, Tess gets proof that she is not as important to Benedict as his money. He does not truly love her. And even though he chooses his money over Tess, when given the option of one or the other, he is left with nothing but millions of flyers and a whole lot of egg on his face. Sad, not sad. Okay, so that's a little introduction to our caper story movie, Ocean 11. So there's a couple of videos to take a look at if you haven't seen the movie yet.